Hey y'all, welcome back to DIY with me. I'm so happy you're here today. Things have been hectic, things have been crazy, and every once in a while you just need a coffee pick me up. And so today we're going to create a coffee pick me up, but we're going to use it without using coffee, without drinking coffee. But I love the smell of fresh coffee beans. So, what you're going to need for this craft is you're going to need a piece of canvas, some kind of frame or stencil or something that you can use, a pencil, some coffee beans. I just picked these up. I just some whole beans, and of course you're going to need your hot glue gun and your glue sticks, um, and also a container because when you when you spill the beans, you don't want to spill them all over the place. So, and pair of scissors. But I think this one actually, I don't need scissors because I think they'll actually come out by themselves. You just pull the coffee apart. If I can pull them apart, first thing you're going to do is smell the coffee. I love the smell of fresh coffee. I don't necessarily like to drink it, but I like to smell it. So I'm just going to put my coffee in this container right here. You guys can see it. I'm not pouring the whole bag in because I don't know exactly how much I'm going to need yet. And we're going to use the same technique that we used for the other thing that we did. Um, that technique was where we actually, let's zoom out just a little bit so you can see me coffee. Where we just kind of traced over the lines of our artwork, and then we're also going to like freehand something too. So this is what you're going to do is you're just going to come and you're just going to go over the lines, and it's supposed to go through. Let's see if it's right. I think it's the other way around. So our coffee cup's actually going to be backwards, but that's okay. So you're going to go this way and you're just going to trace the lines of the coffee cup. You're not going to do the detail. You're just doing the outline of the lines of the coffee cup, because the attention is not in the details this time. So you're just going to lightly trace it with your pencil and put it up. What I love about this craft is it's so unique. You can make this using coffee beans. It's very inexpensive and piece of canvas. Um, and you can make it for the coffee lover in your house. Be really great. You could write the words coffee bar up there if you got really amazing handwriting, or find a stencil or something. Just kind of makes one of a kind statement piece of art. So I'm going to go back over, and for some reason it's not going over. It's not doing this. So let me try this again and do it a little bit darker. For some reason it's not going through. I can barely see it. It's there, but I can barely see it. So I'm going to take my glasses off right now. And I'm just going to make it darker and see if it'll come out darker across. And what you're doing is you're just drawing your lines on it. You're drawing your lines. You're just making your outline. Worst comes to worst, if this doesn't work, we also have another option. You kind of can see a little bit, but you kind of can't see, but there's another option. So don't worry if that doesn't work, if all else fails, take your handy dandy scissors, cut out your little cup. You don't need the little things coming off of it. You can if you want to, but you can kind of freehand those and cut those out. Whoops. I almost cut the little handle off. Trying to make a bigger leeway with the handle. And you're just going to cut it out. For some reason, this canvas did not want to transfer as quickly. And then the easy way to cut this out is just to come back and make a slit in the middle. So that's big enough to cut. And then, whoops, I almost cut that whole piece out. And you're just going to cut around. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just know, kind of have an eyeball of what you want. So once you've got that cut out, then you can go around with your pencil. Now that you have that, then you can go around with your pencil and make a stencil of it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Because the stencil, for some reason, did not want to transfer. It could be the type of canvas. It could be the type of ink. It could be the type of paper. It just depends. Or I could have waited too long before I printed the stencil out to actually use it. Multiple things could be happening here. So, and now this is going down. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just lightly going around with the pencil so that you have a stencil for the coffee cup. And the next part is so easy, guys, that you're going to look at this and say, why didn't I think about doing this craft myself? Okay, so now we have our coffee cup right there. There we go. We have our mug of coffee. So I'm going to put my glasses back on because I took them off to see that. And you see right here, I have the pattern a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of erase some of the pattern on the cup. Now, next thing you're going to do is your hot glue gun. Is the very first thing I would do was I would work right here. And I would just run a line of glue right here on the hands. And then you're just going to place your coffee beans on the handle, working your way down. Till it's completely full. There we go. We got our handle for our coffee. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to come and you're just going to go and you're just going to run a bead of glue all the way down. And I would go ahead and do the outline first and then start filling in from the outline. This is going to be pretty tedious because you're constantly picking up and putting down your coffee beads. But what's really great about this is, you know, coffee, they say, absorbs odors in your house. So if you make this and you have it up in your house for like your coffee bar and it's near, like somebody cooks something that's really fishy or something like that, then this will absorb some of the smells. And you're just going to go, like I said, do the outline of the coffee bean. I'm not using any particular type of hot glue. I could have used my heavier glue, my full-size glue gun. I have multiple, as you see. This is my favorite one because it has an on-off switch. So when I'm done, I can just turn it off and then I don't have to worry about unplugging it. If I forget to unplug it, I know it's automatically off. But sometimes I have forgotten to unplug it and think I've unplugged it and actually stuck my hand and got my hand right here with the hot glue gun. So all you're doing is you're just going around right now and you're doing the outline. And I got myself right there. If you don't want to work with the hot glue, you can always take tweezers and do that. It may be a little bit more time consuming, but it will save your fingers on hot glue sticks. You can also buy the protectors for your fingers for the hot glue. And instead of trying to work around, I'm just going to flip my canvas upside down and work this way with it. I love the fact that these beans are kind of big. They're very fragrant. It's the whole bean original blend. It's a medium roast. I bought these off of Amazon because I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I wanted to create this craft. You'll probably find me doing another craft with coffee beans soon because I have a whole bag to get rid of. Or I may end up gifting it to my son-in-law because he likes to grind the coffee beans and make his own roast. So we'll see, we're almost done with our outline of our coffee bean. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a smaller bean because that piece right there, the opening needs a smaller one. And I'm also going to come back and do another row of beans right around here because I just think that cup mug needs a little bit bigger mug. Just a bigger handle, I should say, not a bigger mug. It needs a bigger handle. I'll flip that one over a little bit. Probably two more. Whoops, I think I let that hot glue go just a little bit. So I have it 3/4 of the way done. I paused it so you guys would have to just see me putting the beans on it. But as you see, I put them right here on top because I just felt like it was easier for me to work with them. But I'm going to go ahead and slide these off and just finish it off what I have. I find that if you're using the bigger beans, they finish a lot quicker. So I'm just going to try and find a bigger bean to finish these off. So having the beans right here, the bigger ones, I had small ones pulled out, but having the beans right here were easier for me to grab and it took less time. It took about maybe 4 hot glue sticks, and I'm going to have to use another one, put another one in. This one's going to call for a small one over here in this side. Just kind of squeeze it in when you can. Okay. Then I'm going to finish up. That one definitely needs one to push in. Here we go. And what I love about doing something like this is you're giving a gift to someone that maybe is a little bit personalized. It's you, like, I know, for instance, if my friend Beth was here, I would totally be giving this to her because she's the one that got me hooked on white chocolate mochas from Starbucks. I would give this to her just as a reminder that very strong friendship. Also, it may go to my friend Melissa McClung because whenever we get together, we always get together and have coffee, and it's just an awesome time. Now, I'm just going to shake it off a little bit. You know, like Taylor Swift says, shake it off. I'm just going to shake it off where my beads were. Now, if you decide that you want to do the little steamy things, that's easily to obtain, like you want something coming off. But here's our coffee cup right now. And all it was we did the pattern. We did hot glue and coffee beans. That's all we did. Now, I think I do want to do a little bit of the stream. So what I'm just going to do is just kind of freehand with my glue gun. Some steam coming off. just to kind of freehand it. So you have a little bit. It's not, you can't really see it with the bigger ones. So I'm going to try it with the smaller ones and see if it looks any better. I have some small ones over here to the side. And that's what you can use your, like, your broken pieces of coffee bean for. Maybe if I pull this over just a little bit. And of course, we know if they're a Friends lover, if they love Friends, this would be a great thing for Friends and write Central Perk underneath it, because you know that's where everybody met for the coffee shop on Friends. So yeah, here we go. So I don't really like that, so I can always come back later and take those pieces off. But there you go, you got some steam coming off of it. I would just wait and let the glue dry a little bit and then come back and get the strings off. But there you go, a little piece of coffee art for less than the price of a cup of coffee. All you need is a canvas, some coffee beans, hot glue, and a stencil. And I went on Creative Fabrica and printed this out, but you can always Google and find, and I did line art, coffee line art. And there you go, guys. Until next time, please like and subscribe to the channel. Bye.